Hello everyone, welcome you all to my YouTube channel, and today in this video we will learn about Git and GitHub. Here this is the icon for Git, or we can say for Git bash, and this is the icon for GitHub. And now in this video today, what are we going to learn? We are going to learn what is Git, what is GitHub, how they are connected and how they are different. All these topics we are going to learn in today's video, so please stay connected. And let's get started. Before starting, I want to explain you few points about Git. So what is Git? If someone will ask you that what is Git, the very first answer that comes in your mind will be like, Git is what? Git is a version control system. Git is a version control system. Why do we call Git a version control system? Because let me put it somewhere else. Yeah. So let's say some application needed to be built, right? This is the application, and you need to write some codes for this application. But for different features, one person cannot work, right? Different developers or different person or different human sources needed to work for each for different features, right? Let's say there are three developers, right? Or two developers, right? Let's say there are two developers, developer 1 and developer 2. These two developers are working on this application, and now they have written the code as C11 and C21. Then this application being developed. After merging these codes, this application been built after merging these two codes. Now, if this application do not need any further update, then it is all fine to handle it like that without any version control system, it is okay up to here to do that part. But let's say in future this application needed to be updated. Updated means some features needed to be add on in this application, and this application got updated over here, right? Few other codes needed to be written and need to be merged into the previous code so that the application update can be is possible easily, right? So what will happen over there? Let's say the developer 1 was working on the code, and right now he created the code named as C12, and the another one did as C22. So what will happen when these, let's say they created it as version 2. This is version 1 and this is version 2. They have merged the code and the application is working all good. So right now, if the application is working good, there is no fear factor, no issue, and there will be no tracking required about the code. But if for some reason the application got crashed somewhere, then we need to go back to version 1 and we need to do the correction in the codes so that this version 2 of the application can be built again after doing all the changes in version 1. But this process is not easy, not simple without any version control system, and Git provides us that platform where we can handle all these kind of situation where there is a fear factor of an application that can be crashed after merging few different codes, and to track where we need to find the defects in the code will be difficult without a version control system. So that's why basically we use Git, and that's why we do call it a version control system also. Now let's see how the theoretical part of this will be going on. Here I do have this slide where there are few points regarding that what is Git. So what is Git? Git is a version control system. How is it a version control system? I have explained you, and I really hope that it is very well understandable. Other important part about Git is that it is a free and open source. And because it is a free and open source, so it is most widely used version control system in the world. And also it helps the team to store, to track, and to manage the code. These are the important points for any version control system, or we can say these are the three reasons why we need the Git. We need the Git to maintain the version, to track the version, and to share the versions. If for some reason we need to go back into the previous version of any application, then the maintenance, tracking, and sharing of the code will be easier because of the Git source. And is there any alternative for Git? Yes, Git alternatives are also available, but the most famous is Git and GitHub, right? So we do have GitLab, Bitbucket, AWS Code Commit, Azure Repos, Gitkraken, and also the version control system like Subversion and Mercurial Perforce. So these are all the alternatives. Now once we have done this part, so the another important thing over here is that how does it work? How does Git help you for tracking? Git allows you to track changes in your code or project file. Each changes or update is recorded with the metadata like the author and the date. Everything will be provided over there with the name of the author and the date. So it is easy to review and to revert for any previous version. How does it provide the collaboration? Git helps multiple people to work together on one project without any overwriting of the work. And that's why because the the tracking of the code is available, and once the merging is done, even after that the merging is possible from the different contributors, it is very easy to collaborate, and it is very safe also in when we are using Git sources. Now, is there any branching and merging is possible in Git? Yes, Git allows you to create the branches. Once you might if there is your manager, he can have the main branch or master branch, and you can just create the sub branches. You can work on a project individually. You will have a isolated version of your project, and once you will be satisfied with the code that you have written, you can send it for the pull request, and also for the once the code will be you can say if it has been verified with your head of the team or the member who is responsible for the final version of the application, he will approve it, and then after that he can merge it to the final version of the application. And that's how you can merge these changes back into the main branches also. If you have written all the codes, and you are satisfied, later on if you are satisfied, then you can add all those branches, all those changes into the main branch also. After adding to the main branch, you will ask your manager to for reviewing the code by giving a pull request, and then the master can merge it. Then is it possible to reverse to the previous version? Yes. It is Git, if it is all about Git, then yes, Git allows you to go back in the time to previous versions of your project, allowing you to undo the mistakes or investigate how your project will be evolved. So that's how these things are possible by using the Git source. Now, another main important point is, what is the difference then? If these are the what is Git and what is GitHub? So, and what are the differences between these two? So if we will talk about Git, then Git is a version control system. And what about GitHub? What about GitHub? GitHub is a cloud-based platform for hosting the Git repository. What is Git repository? Repository meaning nowadays repository is just you can say a fancy word that is used for the folders. So these are the Git folders only. So you can just use here the word as Git repository or Git folder. So Git is a version control system, and also it is a tool. It is a tool. You have to install it and it will allow you to track changes in the file, usually code over time. And what is GitHub? GitHub is a service. It is a web service that uses Git to host repository online. So Git is a tool that you will download in your system, and GitHub is a web service where you have to create a login, and there you will be able to host the repository online from your Git. So what will happen, whatever you will have in your Git, that will be called the local repositories, and what you will have in your GitHub, that will be called as the remote repositories. Okay, so these are very important differences between Git and GitHub. Other than that, Git will help you to manage project history, collaborating with others to easily roll back to the previous version. GitHub will allow you to collaborate on the projects, tracking issues, make pull requests, provide additional features like the web interface, issue tracking, code review, project management, and integration with the other tools. So now what else is left? It is that Git operates locally on your computer. That will create that local repository I told here. And also there is no need for the internet connection. Without any internet connection, you can simply start working on your Git. It keeps track of all the changes made in the repository on your machine. But GitHub hosts your Git repository on the cloud. You need internet for that, enabling you to share your project and collaborate with others globally. But what is the thing that here you need the internet service, and you can use Git without GitHub, but GitHub relies on Git for version control. That is a very important point to note down, that Git can be used without GitHub, but for GitHub you relies on Git for version controls. If you don't have Git, you will not be able to communicate with GitHub. And now, if I review this once again, so what is the difference between Git and GitHub? Version control system. This is cloud-based platform. This is a tool. This is a service. This will help to manage project history. This will also help to manage the project history and collaboration and all those things, but it will allow some extra additional features also. It will be creating the local repository, and here you will create the remote repositories. Okay, so now let's see what next we do have here to explain in a more better way. Here I have a pictorial diagram where I have given one point over there that we have two types of Git repository. One is the centralized and another one is the distributed. This is the Git repository that was used earlier, but nowadays everyone use this distributed Git repository. So what is centralized one? In centralized one, if you have a workspace, like if you have the code in your workspace, then you were committing it and you were checking out directly from the server. So if the server is not available, the work over here has been has been delayed if in the absence of the server. But now, because we have the distributed Git repository, so even if you have your workspace, you will send this work. If you have your code on your workspace, from your workspace, you will send this code to your Git, and you will create the local repositories without any internet. You do not need any internet, and from here, you will push the code to the remote repository. Even if the internet is not available, once the server will be available over here, or the internet will be network will be available over here, these command that has been given to your local repositories, this command will start working once the server will be available. So what will happen, that whatever changes you made in your workspace by using all your codes, those changes in your code you can send to your local repository very easily, and you can keep all the all the codes over here in your local. Once the server will be available, it will be pushed to the remote repository automatically. So if multiple people are working together, they all can do the same thing, and that's how this distributed Git repository work over there. So here, if you see this repo, this word repo is used for repository, WS is used for workspace, LR is used for the local repository. So let's get to the next slide now. Now what do you have? What do we have? How does it work? We have the workspace. From the workspace, the code has been committed to the local repository. From the local repository, it will be pushed to the remote repository. And from the local repository, if you want to check out, you need the command checkout. And from the remote repository, if you want to get the code to your local repository, you will use the keyword pull. And if you are taking the code from remote repository very first time, then you will use the keyword as clone instead of pull. After that, for the same repository, you will keep on using the keyword pull. First time pulling from remote repository is known as clone. So this local repository is where this local repository is created on Git software, and this remote repository is created on GitHub or Git bucket. That is the service, the cloud host. That is the cloud-based server. And here, what is that GitHub is a remote repository, and it is a way to communicate with Git. That's a local repository. I hope it is helping you all. And next is, if we go to next, there are few keywords. There are few keywords that we generally use in Git and GitHub, because this is the theoretical part. So you can have a small look on all these important points, so that when we will start using Git and GitHub, this will be easy to understand about that what the particular keyword is all about. So if you see this staging, there will be the keyword staging. We can call it indexing also. It is a kind of snapshot, and it will have all the current changes in the .git folder. And what is the branching? Branching is you can create independent version of the same project that is stored in the same folder, but the branch name you can give based on your choice. So it is to create different branches is in the GitHub, it's called branching. Make changes in different version. Later on, all the changes can be merged or deleted depending on the version requirement. What is the working tree? It is a collection of your files and folders. It will be the collection of the files and folders. So these are like important keywords. Staging, what is staging, what is branching, what is working tree. Few more are there, like untracked file, modified file, staged file, committed file. The files that has not been tracked are untracked file. The file those been modified, the changes were made in the working tree but not yet staged, are known as modified file. If you have all the changes were added to the index or staging, now these are ready. Now these are ready for the next commit. Until before the commit, these are called the staged file. And now if it is about the committed file, the committed file, rather the changes were added to the project history as a part of the commit. So if the commit has been done, then it will be the committed file. So these are the important keywords about that will be used in future for Git and GitHub. Now the configuration tool. Before going to the configuration tool, let's get started with the how can we download Git and how can we do the login to the GitHub. So if I do go here, I will be doing Git download. Git download, and let's get started here. Downloads, you can see the options for Mac OS, Linux, Unix, and Windows. If whatever system you are, whatever is your operating system, based on that you can choose anything. If you're using Windows, you will go here, and here you can click here to download the latest version for 64-bit. Once you download it, you can find it in your downloads. I can show you that this kind of icon will be there. for Git. And once you will do double click, it will start installing on your system. Just keep on doing next and just finish it, and it will be installed. Once you will finish it, it will be installed. Now how can you check if it has been installed properly? You will go to your desktop, and here if you will see this folder, not any file. If you will click on any file, if let's say if you click on any file, right click, and if you do show more options, it will not show you any GitHub or Git bash option. But if you go to the folder, because in Git what we are handling the repository, means we are handling the folder. So you have to click, you have to save your files in a folder, then only you will do right click and you will go to show more options. And here you can see the options like open Git GUI or open Git bash here. So you will do open Git bash here. Once you do open Git bash here, this window will come over there. This is the now here you can start writing your Git commands and it will start working for you. So right now, let's close it. That's how you will be able to download your Git tool. And now further thing after that, what you need to do is you need to log into GitHub. If you are a first time user, what you have to do, you will go here, click on login, and now let's say you are here, right? If you already have the account, you will get the username and email address and password over here, and you just simply can sign in. But if you are not a first time, if you are not using GitHub earlier, then what you have to do, create an account. Once you go create an account, email, password, username you have to give, and you have to continue here. And then you will get you need to put some more information, and you will get an email confirmation on the given email over here. Once you confirm it, it is very easy to create an account. And once you create an account, what you have to do is you have to sign in. Once you sign in over here, you will come to the GitHub dashboard. This is the GitHub icon, and this is the dashboard for GitHub. Right now you are able to see many repository over here. The repository, right? You are able to see the repository because these are my repository I have created over here. In your place, you might not be seeing all these repositories, so that is all okay. No issue about that. Now what we will learn about this dashboard, you can see this new over here. This is over here to create the new repository. This icon with the new keyword, you can click a new repository. Also from this plus sign, if you click on that, you can create the new repository over here also. So these points are the important about the this GitHub dashboard. If you click on these three parallel lines, then you will get the home, issues, pull requests, projects, discussion, and all the other information. Now if you click on this icon on your right side, you will see the status. If you set the status, you can put you can see the status option over here, and you can choose accordingly. Right now I'm closing it because it is all about that. Once you will start working, you can easily do that status like you do with for the your other applications. It's the same thing. So if you go to this your profile, you can change profile here. If you go to other options, you can find more things over there. But here what is important is your repository. If you click on that, right now I have uploaded 20 repository over here, so it is showing me that you have 20 repository. In your case, you might not be you will not see any repository over there if you have not uploaded any of them over here. If you will scroll down, here also you have the option to create new repository, and on your right side also this plus sign will create the new repository for you. If you scroll down, you can see the achievements. If you have uploaded already, then you can see the achievements over there. Also you can do the overview. Once you go the overview, it will give you a chart of your contribution of your contribution. And this if you have contributed really good in your Git, then it will show you with the dark green color. Otherwise it will show you the light green or white color if you have no contribution. So the graph will go like that. These are just the basic information about Git. Nothing very special and nothing like very the rocket science that no one can understand. It is very user friendly kind of application over here. Then now what you have to do, let's go back to the dashboard. Right now this is the profile over here. Now if I want to go back, this is the you can say this is the repository profile over there. And if you want to go back to the dashboard, you will click on these three parallel lines and you click on this home. So what will happen, you will go back to the dashboard. And what can you do, you can just click on new, and here you can start creating the repository. Let's say I am saying test1, and today's date, like just test1 I want to create. So this is the repository name, this is the owner's name, and here it is public or private. And then it is up to your choice. If you want to share with everyone, then you can just make it public, or you can make it private also. And then with whom you want to share the repository, what you have to do, you have to share a link. Once you will create the repository, it will give you the link. Other than that, you do not need to create any, you do not need to make any change, and just create the repository. Once you will create the repository, you will get a link over here. This is the link. This link and the link over here is the same. This link and this link is the same link. Here it is https github.com, and your name, or like username, whatever you have given over there, and your repository name will be there like this. So it is the same thing on the both of the places. So this repository has been created right now, but it does have nothing over there. What we have to do, it is a remote repository, and from your local repository you have to send some files over here. How will you do that? How will you do that? For this kind of file, let's say I have a repository. Let's say I have a file over there, and I'm creating it as new folder, and I'm saying this is ABC folder. ABC folder. And inside this folder, let's say I want to put some file. Let's say I want to put this XYZ file. Okay, let's say I want to put some file. Let me open my notepad if I have something written over there so I can save it. This is the big file, so I want to do some changes with the very small file. Let me do one thing, just okay, and just plus for this, and let me see, let me put some code there. This is the file, Control C, and I'll be doing Control V for this full file. Let's say I'm taking this full file, copy, and I will save it. Okay, no problem. Let's try like this. And it is file, save as, and I will save it in my ABC folder. And it is, let's say abc.java file it is. And is there all files, abc.java, and let's save it and close it. Let's go to desktop. Let's check if it is over there or not. Yes, ABC file is there. There is only one file, and the file name is ABC. Nothing else is over there. So what I am going to do, I closed it. And because we are going to use now the git bash, so how can I use, I will do right click on this. I'll go show more options, and then open git bash here. Once I open git bash over here, the very first thing what I need to do in git bash, there is a command named as git init. I will use git init over here and will hit enter. Once I hit enter, I can check the git status if anything is added or not. I will be using git status. Hit enter and it is showing you that abc.java file is available in red color. It means it is there, but it is not added to the working tree yet, right? Once I am going here, what I will be doing, I will be doing git add dot. If there are more files, this dot will add all the files. But if you will use here git add abc.java also, if I will do here like this abc.java, then it will add only this file. If there are more files, it will not add them. We have to give the name for all the files. So if you want to add all of your files, you simply will do like abc git add dot. So it will add all of the existing file in that folder, and if I will hit enter, it added. And now we can check the git status again based on our choice. We will do git status and it is done, but no, it is telling you that no commits yet, and this abc dot file, instead of red color, it is in green color now. Let me increase the font size for this window. I go to option and I can go to text and I can go here to the select. Okay, and let me do it 14, apply, and it is done. Then you can close it. Okay, so font size is bigger now, right? So what can we do here now? Because it is added and we already checked the status that it is now in green color instead of red color. So now there is the very important thing. If you are the very first time user, what you have to do, you have to do the configure tooling. For configure tooling, you have to give the git commands like git configure dash dash global user dot name, and inside the double quotation you have to give the name, your username for GitHub, and then git configure dash dash global user dot email. This you have to do for what? This you have to do for your email address, whatever email address you have created for your GitHub account, that you have to give here in these two commands. First command and the second command. You can put this as first or this as second, but these two configuration needed over there in your git bash, otherwise it will not work. So how you will be doing it? You will be doing it as git config dash dash, and let me check one time for I don't want to make mistake. Yeah, dash dash global, right? You'll be doing global and user dot, let's say email, and inside double quotation blah 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 blah, whatever it is, double quotation close, and hit enter, and it will configure your email. Same way you have to do for your username also. But if you already have entered all those things, the next command will be the next command after the configuring tooling, what you have to do, git commit. And when next time you will use, you do not need to give those commands. I'm not giving those commands over here because mine already entered. So git commit and dash m, and after dash m you have to give a message over there, and the message will be first commit. Let me check one more time. Let me check. Yeah. Okay. So this is your command. So this is your command. How can you check these commands? Where you have created your in GitHub, where you have created your Git repository, just below that you can see that git init, git add, and the file name, or you can use just the period over there, and then git commit dash m, or any message. Anyway, it's not like first commit only, any message you can put there. After that, next command will be git branch dash m main. I will copy it from here, I'll go there. What I have to do, first thing, that for commit, what I will be doing, I will hit enter here. Once I have entered the git, this git command already committed, right? So I will paste my code here that I already copied. Okay, root, and did I copy it from here? Okay, I need to delete it. Once you copy the code, just hit enter simply and go back just for refresh, and you copy this, and I copied that again, and just right click and paste it here. And this is the code, the git command over here, and you hit enter, and it will be going, it will ask you the next command. Now go there, you can see git remote add origin, and this is the http address that is over here already. So what you have to do, you just simply can copy this from here, copy here, and you do right click and then paste. Please don't do control C control V over here, otherwise it will mess with your command and you will not be able to work on that further. It will start creating the errors, and hit enter here. And once it been entered, now what you have to do, you have to push copy up to here this command you committed. Now here you giving which branch you are working, you are working on main branch, and now you have added the repository, that which repository you want to connect. By giving this command, you have added that repository, you get connection by this repository. And once you get the connection, after that what you have to do, you have to push your code to that branch of this repository. So you will do paste over here and hit enter, and your file will be added to your repository. Once it is done, 3 done, so you will go back, to your repository, and you see right now nothing is there. But if I will refresh it, once I will refresh it, you can see that ABC Java got updated over here like this. If you'll go there, if you want to open it, you can see that system.print.ln just hello. So that's how you can add the files over there. Now let's say I am here in the folder. If I will go back to my desktop, and right now, let's say all these things been done, and I'm closing my git bash. I close my git bash. I'll go back here. I'll go back to this abc.java, and I opened it. And instead of hello, I want to say hello all. This change has been done, and I'm doing it Control S. I saved it, right? So now this change I want to update. To my GitHub. You see this .git folder, folder over there. If you will click on view and show, and just deselect this hidden file, that .git file is not available because that is the hidden file. And what I have done, I have already asked for to show me the hidden files. That's why it is showing me over there. Usually you do not need to keep it open, it can be hidden, so no requirement, right? So now the change that we made in ABC, if I want to do that change, I want to push that change to the from here to my GitHub, then how can I do? What I will be doing, I will go to the code, I will copy the code, and I will go back, and where the file is, I'll go back here. I will just do right click and show more options, and I will open my git bash, and same things I will be doing. Git init, hit enter, and git add. You can check status also, git add dot. Then after this, you can just simply say git status, and the file got added, and you have to do git commit dash m, and you can see the type the message, change is done, and then close it, hit enter, and then you have to do git branch, and then again you can see all those. Let me show you. If you will go here, okay, no worries. If it is not here, we can just type it git branch, and it will be dash m. The recording was paused for that, so let me do it again. What with this, let me do this command once again. So what we are doing, we are putting the git branch dash m, and we can say main and hit enter here. And after, once we connected the branch after the commit, what we have to do, we will simply do git, and we can say git add origin, and sorry, remote origin, right? We have to do like this, git add remote origin, and we can just copy this code. Let's go back here. This is the code over here. Just copy this, and you'll go to back here, right click and just paste it and hit enter. And once you're done with that, what you have to do, git push dash u, and you can say over here as dash origin. Why it is not? Let's say dash u origin. Let's say main, and hit enter. Once you hit enter over here, the update has been added. Branch main setup to track origin main, everything up to date. So let's see. So now we will refresh it and we will see if the changes has been done. I refreshed it, go to this folder back, and once I will refresh it, wait a second, it's not been done. Okay, so is there any, wait a second, let's go back here and we will see again. Just refresh it. First commit. Oh, the commit not done. See, it is showing you the messages first commit only. So I think I need to redo it. Something went messed up while the recording was paused for me. So let me close it one more time and I'll go back to this folder, and I will do right click, show more option, and we'll go to git bash again. And here, let me increase the font size. Very first thing, text, and select, and I can do it 16, apply. Okay, close it. And here we need to do git init. Very first thing, hit enter, and let's say git add space dash, and we do not need to check the status every time. And now we will be doing git commit dash m, and the message will be, let's say, second commit. So just make surety. And after that, once you do the git commit, you will be doing git branch dash m main, hit enter. And once you are connected with the branch, just you do git add, and let's say remote origin, and here you have to give the let me copy the code. Code is here, and we will copy the code and just right click and paste it here. Remote origin. Let me go here. It is not add remote, it is remote add. If I go remote and I'll do add origin, this is the command. That's why it was, I think, interrupting. And a remote origin already exists. Okay, no problem. Then we will be doing git push dash u origin main, and hit enter. So it is done. Right now it has given the message as done. So it should be done, and let me close it. Once we close it, and let's refresh it. Once we refresh it, let's go and check. See the second commit. You can see that there is a change and it is showing you second commit. If you go there, you can see that hello all has been added over there. So that's how we will send the code from the git bash by using the git bash of git to send the code to GitHub. And now let's say if I want some code from here, let's say my repository is this. My repository is over here. And I want to get this repository to my local. How can I do that? Before going to that point, let me show you few theoretical points over there. If you will go the important keywords we already did, and the configuration tooling I already showed you how to do that. Now there are few important git commands, and these are the git commands like git init, git add, git fetch, git status, git commit, git remote, git push, and git log. These are the few important commands that you keep on, like someone can ask you what are the git commands, then you can tell that these are the git commands we basically use, right? After that, there is a sequence how we are going to use the git commands, and also if there are the branches, how can we switch between the branches, how can we create the branches by using our git bash commands. So these are few commands. Like if you want to create a new branch, you will be saying git branch and the branch name. If you want to switch between two branches, git switch dash c and the branch name you have to give. And then git merge for merging the branches and give the name of the branch, and git branch dash d will delete the branch. If you will give the name of the branch, it will delete that specific branch over there. So this is the branching over here. And now after that, what we were doing is we were doing the few git commands, right, with the details like what was there. If you can see over here, here were the few git commands like fetch, commit, push, and also git pull is there. So what is the detailing about it? What is git fetch, what is git pull, what is git push, and what is git commit? So this git push and commit will work together, and git fetch and git pull will work together. So what is git fetch? Fetching means you are trying to get something from the remote repository to your local repository. But once you are downloaded all the changes, what will happen? You are not doing any merge into the current branch. So this allows you to review the changes before integrating them. And what is git pull? Git pull is that you pulling it out, you pulling the changes, and what will happen? Those changes will be merged in your current branch. So what will happen? This git pull is a combination of the fetch and merge together. Fetching means you are downloading the changes, you are not merging them, and pulling means you are fetching and merging all together. What is git push? Git push is that you pushing the code, all your local commits, updating the remote branch with the local changes to a remote repository. And if you are talking about git commit, it saves the stage changes to the local repository with a descriptive message creating a snapshot of the changes. It is important to stage the changes using the git add before committing. Here you will upload directly, and here you will be adding and you committing it. So these are the basic difference between these commands. And now further there is what are the steps that we used. I have written all over here that git init you have is the first one that will create the .git folder. It is the hidden file, and it is very important for your version control. All the files will be saved in .git folder. How to hide it and how to show it, I have already shown you. Git status to show if the file has been added in your working tree or not. If it is not added, it will be in red color. If it is added, it will be in the green color. Next command is git add dot it is to add all the files. After that, you need to use the configuration tool if you are doing it very first time. Otherwise, go directly to git commit -m and give a message over here. Git branch -m to connect the branch. Git remote add origin, the URL you have to give here. You have to copy it from the GitHub, or someone will give you from or their repository link. Then you can paste here, and then you can push your repository there. Then there will be git push dash u origin and the branch name you have to give. That's how you will be able to push it. Now if you have to, from the remote repository, you want to fetch some data to your local repository, how will you do that? For git init you have to use, first I'm doing that, you need to git clone, and after that you will be doing git pull. Git pull will merge all the code, and if you use git fetch, it will not merge, it will just show you what the changes has been done, right? So now let's do one clone also for an example, so that it will be really clear to you how we are doing it. Let's say I have a repository test1 here, right? The one that I created, and I gave you the link for this repository. If I go here, I gave you the link, right? This is the link. This is the link. I copied it, right? Now what I want that one to be here. Let's say I have a folder, and the folder name is, let's say, test. If you open it, there is nothing inside that. There is nothing in this test folder. Close it. Right click over there and show more options and git bash. And what you need to do is, you will do very first command, git init, hit enter, and then after that git clone. Because we are doing first time, so we'll be doing git clone, and you have to paste the link. Paste the link here. Once you paste the link, hit enter, and it will be cloning to your 6 done. So once you will open it, you can see here that this test folder is available and it has the file. And if you open this file, this will be giving you the as hello all, right? Let's close it everything now. Now if you go to your git repository and you will go to abc.java, and here if I'm doing some changes, hello all, and let me do it with the editor, right? You can see git all, comma, and hello all, how are you? How are you? Right? How are you? And you just say commit changes and say that text added, commit changes, and then this changes has been committed, right? Refreshed it. We refresh it and we will go back. And now once you go back, what can you do? Go to test1 and go to code and copy the code. Now you will go here, just close it, nothing to do. Go there, back to the test folder. Now show more options. Now go to git bash here, and now you will do what? You will do git init. Hit enter. Once you do git init, what you have to do? Git pull, and give the link. Paste the link and hit enter. Once you enter, you can see 9 has been done, and close it and open it. You can see because you pulled it, right? You pulled it, so you can have this test1 here. This is the old file. This is the old file here, and if you will go back, you can see ABC over here, and this does hello all, how are you? The new file has been taken over there. So this is you can say the version 1, and here the version 2 code changes you have downloaded over here also. Like a kind of example. It is not that much easy, but yes, there may be many changes. So that's how it will work over there to push the code from your local. Let me open this. Let me open it here, and you can see how did we do that. We pulled the code. We first time what we did, we committed it and we push it from local to remote, and then from remote to local, we pulled it. First time we cloned it, and second time we pulled it. So that's how basically we can pull and push the code from our local repository and the remote repository from our workspace. So this was about the Git bash, and this is the part 1 for Git and GitHub. In the next video, I will show you how to push and pull the code from your Eclipse. And please stay connected. I will upload the next video sooner. Thank you very much, and please do like, share, and subscribe.